If you have a lot of wisdom, if you have a lot of institutional knowledge, if you have been making great decisions for decades and avoiding bad decisions, you've got something really valuable, because there are a lot of people who are trying to do what you have figured out how to do. Here's my recommendation to you if you are that person. Start a coaching business. Start a coaching business. Leverage your passion and your wisdom and your knowledge to help other people win. You've already won. Help other people win now. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to start a coaching business this year. By the way, keep watching this video, because at the end, I'm going to tell you how you can get me, Donald Miller, to write your emails. That is, I will write emails for you that actually grow your coaching business. These emails have worked to grow plenty of people's coaching businesses, even into the millions of dollars. I would like to write your emails. Please let me do it. I'm going to talk about that at the end, though. There are really two main insecurities people have before starting a coaching business, and often it's one of the reasons that they don't start a coaching business. The first insecurity or concern that they have is, where am I going to get a client? How am I going to actually make money doing this? How do I build a coaching business? And the second insecurity is, what do I share with a client? How do I make sure I'm delivering incredible value that I can charge $1,000, $2,000 a month for, or charge $2,000 to attend my workshop, or $25,000 to be a member of my mastermind? How do I share that kind of value, and how do I know that I've got the sort of value that people would want to pay for? Today we're going to deal with those two insecurities, and we're going to do so in 8 steps. Here are the 8 steps necessary to leverage your expertise, your knowledge, and your experience into a coaching business. All right, step 1, we want to create a menu of products. Before you even start your coaching business, I want you to think about what you are going to sell. If you're thinking, well, I'm just going to sell my knowledge, my expertise, I'm going to sit down with somebody and let them ask me questions and answer them, you're going to have a tough time building a coaching business. That's what I call a black box investment. You're selling time with yourself because you have a lot of knowledge. That's often the way therapists work, counselors work this way. Coaches, I think, do better operating a little bit differently, and that is create a menu of products. What do I mean by menu of products? I mean something that you can sell that starts at a certain time and ends at a certain time. That's the first characteristic. It's either going to be a one-day workshop that overhauls your sales, or a small group that lasts for 6 months that helps you, with your tax strategy if you're a business coach. It might be a one-day workshop on starting a garden in your backyard. Those are the sorts of things that people actually buy. They don't want to get into an investment that lasts forever, especially if it's the first time they've ever worked with you. They know they can get out of this in 6 months, or they know, like, I'm only going to lose one day if I attend this workshop. So a start time and a stop time. The second, it needs to offer some kind of value that you can understand immediately. A sales optimization workshop, an introduction to ice skating, whatever it is, stretching workouts for men over 50. Things like that. Something that you can put a title on that everybody goes, oh, that's what I'm getting with that, and I'm getting it in this short period of time. Then the next thing that you want to do is you want to put a price tag on it, right? My sales optimization workshop lasts for 1 day and costs attendees $2,500. When you have about 3 or 4 of those products, you have enough to start a coaching business. Then when you start offering those products to people, you're going to figure out really quickly what they respond to, what they don't respond to, and you can change and edit your menu of products. Too many coaches go into their coaching business basically saying, I'm a coach and I can help you grow your small business. That's really fantastic, and it's true, but that would be like going to a restaurant and having the restaurant only offer protein. When you say, what's your special today? Oh, it's protein. What are you known for? It's protein. Well, technically, that's true, but you'd sell a lot more if you called it a cheeseburger, right? So let's get really specific. The second step that I want you to take is to create and manage a potential client list. After you have your menu of products, you take those products, list them. I recommend focusing on 3 top products. And then you say, who do I know, or who have I heard about, or what acquaintances do I have, or what communities am I involved in that would need product 1? And you're going to create a list of all those actual people who could use product 1. Then, who do I know for product 2, and who do I know for product 3? That is your foundational client list. Now, about 10% of those people are actually going to buy the product. So, you haven't won the lottery yet. You're going to have to work that list, call every one of them, send them emails, and introduce them to the idea that you have a coaching business. And then you never stop growing that client list. It just keeps growing for the whole rest of the time you run your coaching business, hopefully into the thousands and maybe even tens of thousands of email addresses and contacts that you would put into a CRM, and then you would begin to manage those customer relationships, letting them know about the workshops that you're doing. Maybe you're going to have a big conference. Maybe you have a one-time offer on a sales workshop. Maybe you have a day consulting fee and you want to hit everybody up and let them know that you charge $10,000 a day to answer questions about these specific things that might be going on with them. The bigger your client list, the more opportunity that you have to make money. One of the things that you actually want to do then is get a lead generator that you can give out in exchange for email addresses in order to grow that client list. So let's say you're a dog trainer of some sort. You would put together a PDF called How to Stop Your Dog from Barking When Somebody Knocks on the Door. Anybody who downloads that is a hot lead to attend your dog training workshops or buy your specific product where you come over and in 6 visits, you stop a dog from barking at the door. By the way, if you have that product, please call me. My dog won't stop barking at the door. But you use those lead generators to create your client list. It is very important that you start collecting contact information for potential clients even before you launch your coaching business, because that's the email list. You're going to send out that announcement that I have started a coaching business, and you're off to the races at that point. All right, the third step, get your website and sales pitch right. Now, I don't think it's completely necessary that every coach has a website, but it is absolutely necessary that every coach has a sales pitch, an elevator pitch, an offer. They need to, in very short, simple language, explain why they are worth something to the potential client. What you want to do is you want to learn to write great emails that close the deal. You need to have, when people download your lead generator, you want to send them emails. And every email should obey a formula. Grab a pen, because I'm going to teach you that formula right now. Every email should start with a customer's problem. If you are struggling with this, then the next thing that you do is you position your product as the solution to that problem. If you're struggling with this, it must be very painful. I feel for you. That's why I created X. The next thing that you want to do is give them a 3-step plan. If you would like to buy X or encounter X, it's simple. Call me, and I've got some questions for you. 2, we'll find a time to get together. And 3, we'll get together and solve that problem. 3-step plan. The reason you want a 3-step plan is it reduces cognitive dissonance. It lets me know what baby steps I need to take to work with you, and it greatly increases the chance that somebody is going to take those steps. The 4th thing that you want to put in that email are the negative stakes. By the way, if you don't buy my product, here's the horrible, awful thing that's going to happen to you. Use a little bit of drama here. Drama reduces in written word. You feel like you're being heavy-handed, but when people read it, they just think you're being interesting. Then the next thing that you want to do is state the positive stakes. However, you don't have to experience something negative. You can experience something great. For example, my clients experienced this. And then finally, actually ask for the money. This costs $2,500. If you'd like to place an order, I only have 10 left. Email me here or give me a call at this number, and I'll lock you in for one of those 10 remaining items. In some way, you need to say, hey, it's time to give the money in order to get the solution. I've taught that formula to thousands of sales executives now, thousands of sales reps, thousands of entrepreneurs, hundreds of coaches at least, and it's incredibly powerful at closing the deal. Not long ago, I taught that formula to 250 account executives and actually had them open their computers, their laptops, and send an email right there in the room to a client sitting on the fence. They closed $2.5 million worth of sales based on those emails that went out. That is a formula that works. By the way, that is not a manipulative or coercive formula. It is a clear definition of an offer. That's what it actually is. If you are struggling with this, I sell this product, this solution. By the way, just 3 baby steps to solve your problem. Do this, then this, then this. Hey, if you don't do it, things are just going to get worse. But if you do it, things will be great. Give me your money. That's kind of how that works, and it's a formula that just works extremely well. All right, number 5, map out your client journey by creating a marketing and product ladder. Now, once you start your coaching business, you always want to know where every client is and how you can invite them deeper into a journey with you as a coach. It starts with free products, free information. Your website would be the bottom of the barrel, right? The bottom of the ladder. People go to your website. Then they download a lead generator. Now, technically, that's a commitment. They are giving you their email address. They're kind of psychologically buying something from you in exchange for their contact information. So we're one rung up the ladder. Then they're going to open some of those emails. Now we're 3 rungs or 2 or 3 rungs up the ladder. And then they're going to buy something from you. Maybe it's a $25 book that you wrote, or a $50 on-demand course, or they're going to attend a live stream that you're offering for $99 or something like that. Some low entry thing. They may want to be involved in a small community group that you've created, maybe 20 or 30 people paying $200 or $300 a month to be a part of that group. And then if they attend that group, you might invite them into an elite level mastermind that costs $10,000, or a workshop that you do that would cost them $15,000 so that you could put that workshop on for their team. And then you might have an extra elite level mastermind for only people who have companies that are larger than 100 million, and that's going to be $25,000 a person, but they get to be with an elite group of people who've grown, 8 and 9 figure businesses perhaps. So that's kind of how you want to think of it, the free stuff to the most expensive stuff. What happens with a lot of coaches is, they don't have anything for free. So when you look at their ladder, there's nothing, from here down. Well, anybody without really long legs is not using that ladder. So you've lost an enormous number of clients by not having inexpensive free lead generators. And then, they climb up 2 rungs and there's 3 things missing, and then you got this $100,000, thing at the very top that nobody's buying. Well, look at the ladder. Nobody can get up to this point, and anybody who does is going to go 2 rungs, and then they can't get up to that point. You really want products all the way from $0, lead generators, webinars, those sorts of things, all the way to your flagship, really high-end product that is only for elite customers. You need a marketing and product ladder. Mainly you need it so that you always know what a customer needs to do next. If you've never heard of me, go to my website and download this lead generator, or buy my book or something like that. Hey, we've been in business now. We've been knowing each other for a long time, several years. I think it's time for you to come to my elite level mastermind. It's $25,000, but you would love these folks. Give it a year and let's see what happens to your business. That's what you want to do. A marketing product ladder that allows you to map out a client journey so that you always know what your client needs to do next. All right, step number 6, establish realistic goals and accomplish those goals. We all know as coaches that goals are very important. If you set a goal, you're much more likely to reach it. If you write down that goal, you're even more likely to reach it. If you review that goal every morning in a morning ritual, you're even more likely to reach it. Here's the problem. We teach our clients to set goals and we don't set them ourselves. We can't be hypocrites here. We've got to actually establish goals. There's really 3 sets of goals that I want you to establish as a coach. The first is top line revenue. If you want to make $250,000 this year as a coach, that's going to be goal number 1. That's where most people stop, though. We're going to go further than that. In order to make $250,000, I need to sell 50 of these mastermind seats. I need to sell 3 workshops. I need to sell 10 keynote presentations. You're going to break down your top line revenue goal into products. Now I know, okay, I've got to sell this many of each product. I can tell every month whether I'm ahead or behind the pace of selling those products. Now those are not even the most important goals to set. Top line revenue, number of products that I need to sell. The more important goal is actually the lead measures that lead to the sales of the products. In order to sell this many sales workshops, I know I've got to have this many people attend my webinar, my live webinar. So my goal now is to have 2,000 people attend this live webinar that leads to sales workshops. I know that I've got to have, 800 people download this PDF that would lead to my small business community group. You want to create lead measures and lead magnets, lead generators that lead to the sales of each product. And that is actually the most important goal that you've got. And if you hit those goals, everything will take care of itself. One of my favorite business books, leadership books, is by Bill Walsh. It's called The Score Takes Care of Itself. He coached the San Francisco 49ers to 4 or 5 Super Bowls, maybe 6, I can't remember. I think it was 5. But his book is called The Score Takes Care of Itself. If you just deal with the lead measures Everything else will take care of itself. But most of us don't have lead measures. We don't even have lead generators. And then we definitely don't measure them. Solve that problem and you will build a successful coaching business. All right, number 7, build or join a coaching community. The greatest predictor of whether or not you will succeed as a business coach is whether or not you hang out with other successful business coaches, period. This is it. If you tell me, Don, I'm not going to do a website, I'm not going to get a CRM and send emails, I'm not going to create a menu of products, but you know what? I'm going to start hanging out with other successful coaches. You're going to win. You know why you're going to win? Because you're going to hang out with those coaches and they're going to say, why don't you have a CRM? Where's your website? Man, if you created a menu, the peer pressure to do the right thing is going to happen when you hang out with other successful coaches. It is critical. And everything else almost happens by osmosis. So get in and join a coaching community or start a coaching community. How do you start a coaching community? Start hosting monthly breakfasts. Literally, just start inviting other coaches to meet at a certain restaurant at a certain time, first Tuesday of the month, whatever it is. We're going to meet at this restaurant and we're just going to talk about our coaching business. That first initial group is going to come through. They're probably going to bail out pretty quickly. One person is going to stick. They're going to find another who sticks. And pretty soon, you've got 5 or 6 coaches that you're meeting with every month. Those people tend to become very good friends of yours, emotional support. You actually run through best practices. Hey, I've been doing this. It doesn't seem to be working. They say, well, have you tried this? On and on. They're going to keep you accountable to do the right thing as a coach. It is the #1 predictor, I promise, of whether or not you succeed. Not because the community itself is magical, but because the community offers you peer pressure to do the right thing, and that's the magic that makes your coaching business grow. All right, finally, I want you to master the soft skills of coaching. Coaching is a relational business. You are probably already really good at this. It's probably why you want to be a coach. You just connect really well with people and you love encouraging them. Everything else, though, how to build a coaching business, the frameworks that I need to share with my clients, that's a mystery. Here's my advice to you in generating better soft skills as it relates to connecting with people and coaching them. Start a list of rules. What are your personal rules, your core values, as it were, of coaching? For instance, never betray a client, right? Always have the client's interest at heart. Don't talk too much about yourself. When you start collecting the 8 or 10 rules that you live by as a coach, all of them need to relate to connecting with people and earning trust with those people. And what you're really doing when you start that list of rules is you're looking for wisdom. You're out there looking for, you know what, this person does this, and you know what, that's a new rule for me. Or this person did this and it really irritated me. I'm never going to do that. By the time you finish those 8 rules, by the way, you have an outline for how to be a great coach. Most coaches wing it. Don't wing it. Start collecting your core values and your personal rules and read everything you can about connecting with people, about emotional intelligence, about clear communication, and create your master list of coaching rules. All right, at the beginning of this video, I promised you that I would tell you how I can write all of your emails to grow your coaching business. And the way that I do that, there's really 2 ways. One is my book, Coach Builder. It's out now. It's on Amazon. It teaches you to build a coaching business. And I've got dozens of emails inside of that book that you can basically copy and paste and send to clients. If you want to go even further than that, I have a coaching community. I lead a coaching community called Coach Builder. These are coaches from all walks of life, every age you can think. They're all doing extremely well, making a lot of money as a coach. And here's what the Coach Builder community actually offers. One is a small group leader. We're going to put you into a small community. We're going to try to get you that first $100,000 as a coach. We're going to do that by keeping you accountable, by the way, to make that website, that menu of products, use that CRM to send those emails. Also, I am going to write your emails. In fact, I already have. If you sign up for Coach Builder, you get a CRM that I pay for. I pay a company called Keep to let you use a plug-and-play CRM. And I have created lead generators that collect email addresses, as well as subsequent emails, all of which support your personal coaching business. You get a plug-and-play CRM. You also get a dashboard, a platform that you can use to plan that menu of products, to start creating your client list, to start your rules of coaching, to wireframe a really great website. All of those tools come in the Coach Builder platform. If you want to learn more and join the community that I've started, we have a great time and we'd love to have you. Just go to coachbuilder.com and join today. Listen, your wisdom is worth an enormous amount. Your experience, your institutional knowledge, all those decisions that you've been making for decades, all the mistakes that you know how to avoid. I'm convinced you don't even know how much you're worth, but you can find out, but you have to start a coaching business to do so. All right? Here's to your success.